going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We're gonna go ahead and get started turning this wolf session of an afro into a nice wavelength taper. So right now I'm taking the hair down using my Andis Super ZR detachable clipper with the 2-blade with the grain of the hair. Just following the way the hair naturally grows, the way you naturally brush it. Making sure to hit every part of the head to make sure all the hair is knocked down. And along the hairline, you want to make sure that you're cutting that hair down too, because if you leave hair along the hairline, you leave the hair thicker, it'll be not as crispy of a lineup as it could. So you want to go all the way through the hairline, making sure that the hairline hair is cut down. Just finishing up debulk, and now going in with my Andis cordless Envies of the Supreme Edition. Started off with the clipper closed. One thing to know, I do have the fade blade on there. I just like the way that blade cuts better. So started off with the clipper closed and the clipper open. Now I have the clipper halfway, just to get that bulk line out in between. Just tapping it with the corner of the blade, not the whole blade in that small of an area. Now going back in with my one guard purple magnetic by Andis. When tapering, remember to always have a comb or a brush in your hand. As you go up against the grain, you want to put the hair back in its natural position, so you can see how your blend is really turning out. So just taking that one guard and blending the top of the sideburn. Now going back in with my zero, half open, going right above the line where I had the open clipper blade. Just blending that line out. Excuse my camera going into autofocus. And I got the clipper half open still, just knocking out that line, working my way up to that one guard line that we made. So now just cleaning up all the hair behind the ear. Never want to leave the hair back there. Back in with no guard, clipper all the way open, just polishing this fade off. Just little touch-ups, blending that separates your cut from average to elite. Not through the one guard on, I'm going with the grain just to kind of smooth out the haircut even more. Going all the way around the head. I like the detachables for the heavy debulking, and I use a clipper with a guard for the more finesse work. Now going in with the neck taper, starting off clipper closed, and the next layer clipper open. Making sure to comb away the loose hair. Now coming in with my one guard, going up about an inch above where I stopped with the one blade. Going with the grain. That same one guard just to debulk that area. Coming back, clipper half open just to get that line up between the bald line and the open clipper blade line. Just working up slightly, making sure not to go too high. Now coming back with the zero guard, half open. Again, this is using Andis products. So the zero guard for Andis is the half guard for wall. the equivalent, let me say. So went through with the clipper half open to blend the line out, then all the way open. Now I've got the blade completely, the guards completely off to polish the fade up a little bit. Now we come back with that one guard that we started with. Have the clipper wide open just to blend that top line out. As you see, it just slowly disappears, leaving us with a nice smooth transition. And go with the grain just right at the top of the blend. So whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So tapering the opposite side of the temple using the same procedure that you used on the first side. Making sure to blend the top of that sideburn going into the chin strap. It's a much cleaner look to me. It's a much better look than going from a nice clean taper to a bulk on a chin strap or a beard. It's one of those things that I feel will make your cut look 100 times better. So going in with that one guard with the grain. Now the guard's completely off, working between the clipper halfway open and then the clipper all the way open, just to polish out that fade. Keep that transition nice and smooth. Making sure to always keep a rocking out motion. Now I come in with my two guard, the number 2 guard, just to knock down that hair. And now I'm gonna go no guard freehand on the chin hair. Just going again with the grain and taking a little bit of length off with the clipper closed. Not much, just enough to clean it up. So it's not looking any wild. So getting ready to prep the hair for the lining using Cara Hold Spray. And because he's coming from a fro down to a wavelength cut, and with the motion styling foam to help lay the hair down. Method I picked up watching other barbers. Just moving it out throughout the hair a little bit before I brush it in. Now brushing the styling foam all the way through the hair to help lay the hair down. Give it a nice little sheen to it. Blow dry all of that dry, and while blow drying, just brushing the hair with the grain just to help lay it down and give it a nice smooth and polished look. Whole time the blow dryer is going. So now starting on the lining, start it in the middle of the forehead. Keep that helps me keep the front line straight. You know, everybody has their own different methods. I like to start in the middle of the forehead and work over. Right here using the Andis cordless TL liners. Just making sure to stay on the outside of the hairline, you know, not going in deep. Even, you know, he has a thin corner, but still not going too far into the hairline. And also on there, I just had the blackout blade from the limited edition Andis TL liner. As you can see, the tips are hitting clean very nicely. So to start the C, I go under where the C actually starts into the sideburn area. Now it's easier for me to keep that shape coming upwards than going down. As you can see, the clippers are hitting perfectly, giving a nice clean line. And just follow the rest of the chin strap, not creating a new beard, not creating a whole new shape, just tightening up what's already there, Same with the mustache and goatee area. Not creating any new shape, just touching up what's already there. Just going back in with the clippers or with the liners. Small little touch-ups. Gotta make sure, always line up the back of the beard too, the back of the sideburn. Don't want to leave that area undone. And moving on to the neckline. I always try to keep the neckline as wide as possible. I was taught the more narrow you make that back line, the more feminine the haircut looks. So if you want to keep a nice masculine look, keep the neckline as wide as possible. Still a nice crisp look to it, a nice sharp line. So now, to start on the other side of the line and just taking that line where I started in the middle of the forehead, just carrying it over to the other side. Still just following it to make sure I mirror the first side we did. The symmetry is super important. So I'm using, I have a medium touch. Some barbers have a light touch, some barbers have a heavier touch. I have kind of a nice neutral touch, so I don't have to apply too much pressure while doing the lining. Just letting the clipper blade do the work. Still just following the hairline, not going back into it. Just staying right along the outside of the natural hairline there, keeping it sharp. So I did this C's, I'm sorry I didn't capture that on camera, but just mirrored the same process that we used on the first side. Now to polish this cut off, just taking the clipper halfway open, my Andis cordless Envy, and just getting the little stray hairs that are still sticking up, just so when he leaves the shop, he's ready to do whatever. Just ready to go. Those little touches, those little details that really set your cut off. Take it from an amateur look to a very professional look. So I'm all freehand, just following the natural grain of the hairline. Making sure to keep the clipper slightly tilted up so I don't go into the hair, but I'm still catching all the loose hairs that I want to cut. Just folding his ear down to make sure I don't catch it. Just like that. Nice natural transformation, no enhancements used. Not that I'm against enhancements, but it's a nice natural transformation. Hope you enjoyed the cut. Thanks for watching. It's your boy Sherm, stay cutting. Until the next time, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.